This is the evaluation for 10 bags. We're doing it in the form of a podcast. My name is Headley Wood.
And Ikhlas Yusuf.
In what ways does the media product use, develop or challenge forms and conventions of real media products?
For our opening sequence, we use the voiceover to engage with the audience. This actually allows them to follow through the opening sequence and understand what's going on. We also use typical generic conventions of a crime-based thriller film. Common slang used, such as pikey and nitty, is all British slang that the audience were able to recognise. We researched other films, such as Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels and Snatch, where Jason Statham does the narration for the film. We tried to bring this aspect into our own film, but to still be able to give it its own unique twist. Most of these typical British films are set in secret alleyways and warehouses. We had the advantage of using an actual warehouse for our opening, giving us the upper hand into making this opening sequence look more realistic. These films are also centered in dark rooms where it needs to be and light when suitable, so as a group we contrasted these aspects very well into our film by cutting from one location to another. How does your media product represent particular social groups?
Our film has very strong comparisons to films today such as Snatch and Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels. Social groups who enjoy these films will be able to compare 10 bags to current crime-based thrillers. Filmed on the current market, examples, Shank is based on older generations of films, including institutions of drugs and crime. It attracts mostly men from the ages of 15 to 25. This provides the opening will be seen on forums and social networking sites such as Facebook, MySpace and YouTube. What kind of media institutions might distribute your media product and why? Our film could be seen on Facebook and other social network sites. This is because it appeals to specific people and specific age ranges. This is a Guy Ritchie type film. This can be seen by certain characteristics and features of 10 bags. The reason is because it compares to films on the current market at the moment.
Who would be the audience for your media product? Before creating our film, we made a questionnaire for our classmates to answer. In this questionnaire, we asked simple questions such as their age and gender, and then went into more depth by asking what genre of film they prefer and what aspects of a gangster film stand out to them and make it look more realistic. From the feedback we received, we realised that more of the men were interested in crime thriller-based films, as women were more interested in romantic comedies and other genres of film. We came to the conclusion that we would target our film to the male audiences. As mentioned before, it would range from the ages of 15 and over. To meet the audience's requirements, we need to set a dark environment for the action to take place and also have a good storyline to follow along with a good cast to create tension around the film. How did you address your audience? To address our audience, we use the typical generic conventions of a British gangster film. By interpreting slang and commonly used phrases, the audience will be able to recognise this and then therefore recognise the genre of the film. They will also be able to empathise with their situation. I think that the major attraction of our film is this voiceover. It really catches the audience's attention and acts as a guide for them to follow throughout the opening sequence. The voiceover is an important part, as without it the audience will be confused and left to wonder the whereabouts of these protagonists. Finally, the music we chose, Funky Summer, really adds to the final detail to the overall opening, as it is catchy and suitable for our opening. It challenges the reader as they're expecting a series of events or a big finale to come. What have you learned about technologies from the process of constructing this product? From this experience, we have learned to use a varied range of different applications and softwares, such as how to edit on iMovie, how to use GarageBand, Photoshop, and other media elements. Physically, we have improved our camera skills by being able to shoot from different angles and shots and produce high-quality footage. We have learned the importance of lighting and how much of a difference it can make to the scene you're trying to create. In contrast to this, we have learned to edit the lighting once it's been uploaded onto iMovie and to change it from dark to light without making a major difference. Overall, we have been able to edit and cut scenes into each other so that they run smoothly.
Looking back to the Feed the Fish task, what do you feel you have learned in the progression from it to the full product? When we started using the Maxon software on the Feed the Fish task, we had very limited knowledge of how to use the equipment. Now we have learned all different techniques which we can all use in the future. Ikhlas, she had little knowledge of how to use media terms and write on blogging sites. Now it's like another language to her. She is very literate into media terms. Headley, I have learned how to use editing software like iMovie HD fluently. It's a great program. I really enjoyed cutting shots and using transitions and adding a soundtrack. Mohammed. He was quite quiet when we started acting. He kept on laughing and was quite immature. Now his acting skills have improved more and his location was great.